G'day all and welcome back. So Henry is down spraying as normal. He's got 5 tanks in that truck, so I won't probably need to do his truck until very later today, or yeah, just depends on the sort of day he has. And we have taken 2 truckloads out of the spray tank now, and I haven't turned that solar pump back on, so just going to jump up here, have a quick look at how much we are down, and then I think we will go down. Yep, we'll go down and turn that pump on. I reckon Henry has turned that on, because it's on, our lights are on, and obviously we had a bit of cloud cover when I went and checked, so that's why there was nothing pumping out. But there you go, it's yeah, saying low power, so there's it's not getting enough sun, so that would have been why there was no water coming out up there. So anyway, I shall leave that be and get back to it. Alright, so my job for the day, I'm about to open up the fert shed, get out the spreader, and I'm going to go spreading. That rain is come back. There's a chance of it again now next week. So you can see here, there's a highest chance on both Thursday and Saturday. But all here is a chance of rain, so I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to hope that it's coming, so I'm going to go and spread that agstar out. I'm going to spread it at 100 kilos a hectare, and I'm going to go across all the sand country that we did, so all the clay country. So that's going to be all up. I'll probably end up doing maybe about 30-40 hectares on all that stuff, and then I'll work out what I've got left and where I go after that. Now, if that rain is going to continue to come, so tomorrow, if it still looks like it's going to be good, then I'm going to switch on. Well, I'll have finished the agstar by then. I'm going to switch on to the urea, and then I'll go down to those canola paddocks down there, and I'll start spreading them, and we'll yeah, hopefully get rain on it, and then yeah, hopefully that rain germinates everything. We get more rain after that, and then we can start up a spreading program. So anyway, I'll get this thing out. Just check the oil and water on Louis, and our water is low, so I'm just going to do a bit of a dodgy. I'm going to start it up, drive it round to our wash down pad, and then I can top it up with some water, and then we'll be right to load. We've also got a fuel issue with this, to load up the spreader. This thing used to always start on a dime, just all the time. And lately, I think it's got a fuel leak in the rail somewhere and it's dripping out. There we go. And then we got to just keep winding it over till it gets the fuel there. So we have to sort that out. I know there's probably a few people cringing at the fact that I'm just putting water in and not, a specific coolant. We don't have the coolant. Probably something I should order and get, but we don't have it, and the shop is 120 kilometers away to go and get coolant. So fresh water we find is the best option. At least it's clean. It's just clean rainwater. So it's our drinking water. So it'll do the radiator fine. Rightio, we got a nice full load there. We'll see how much we got once we get into the tractor with the scales. Now you may be wondering why I was tipping the bucket out when I don't have the dividers on anymore. I don't need to worry about how wide my bucket is. The reason for is when you go up, if you don't empty out the bucket that little bit, the piles are sort of like this, and when you go up onto the ramp there, as you're changing your angle, there's a load of bumps up over things, it'll rock, and then you just end up with so much just tipping over the sides. So it's not worth getting the fullest bucket you can to then lose a heap as you every time you tip. So that's why just take a bit longer to tip it out, so then it's just nice and even bucket, and then you can try and avoid getting anything on top of the ramp here. So I'm gonna grab myself a drink, then we'll jump in the ute there in the tractor, and we'll go out and get spreading. All right, I'm getting a little bit too excited. I've got to change my door. I left that open, so I've got to bring that down. I'm gonna bring that. It's gonna fall on the ground. That's always good. I'm gonna bring that down to 60, because that's what we had last year for urea when we're spreading it about, I think we were 50 kilos or 80 kilos. I'll just change that if I have to. Now the next thing I need to do, because we're going off the scales and this thing calibrates itself as it goes, I need to do my my calibration. So just got to do my weighing, weigh that, then I can put that in the computer, and then I will be all set to head out and get spreading. Perfect. Righto. So we'll go 1.3, I reckon. No, sorry. It's 0.13 is what we go. Right. I'll put that in the computer and we'll get roaring. So I've got 12,500 kilos on board, or 12.5 tons. So I will, that'll keep me occupied for quite a while. I'm spreading it 100 kilos a hectare. So that's 125 hectares that I've got to go and spread. And then there's obviously more in the shed. So we'll, once I spread the two spaded areas, I'll make a plan of where I go from there and what we do. And yeah, again, if tomorrow the rain is still looking like it's going to be there next week, then I'm going to get that urea spread out as well and get that sorted. So I've got that on the, at least got some nitrogen going onto some canola country. I've just done a quick measure on AgriTrack. So around the pines here in the sand, and you can see the weak stubble, that was where we did all the spading. If you want to go and watch that, go back to those spading videos. But I've got this whole area here. I'm thinking if I start from one side, work my way over, it's got me about 60 hectares, and I've got plenty on board, plenty back in the shed. So that's what I'm going to do. And you know, all of this is going to benefit from this agstar. So I'll fold out, get started here and get rolling, I reckon. So I've reached the spaded country now. You can see we're going around the pines. So this is the sand that we clay and then spade. And this is where is going to get the most benefit from this fertiliser. So just trying to drive around as steady as I can. Because it's spaded, it is still very soft. So just going to go steady. If you go too fast, you start getting the bunny hops because it's a four-wheel drive tractor. But yeah, it is absolutely amazing to see. And there's not a huge amount because we haven't had the rain, but there is greenery here and growing, which is just fantastic. Normally this whole sand area that we're going around, you can't even get a weed to grow here. So it is, it's awesome. I mean, we've got barley coming up just there, right next to the pines. We will need to rip these pines because they will obviously, the roots will be coming out here and stealing the moisture. But it's just amazing to see that on all of this sand, or what was sand, it's got a germinating crop on it. So hopefully we can get that rain that comes next week. This fertiliser helps it, and we boost it along, because to have it all die or not grow would not be ideal. The weeds will come and they will grow, so at least there would be cover, but I'd much prefer to have the barley grow on it instead of weeds. There we go, there's the bunny hops I was talking about. So still spending at 100 kilos a hectare, currently sitting on 14 k's an hour. When I'm on the straights there, I can sit more about the 20 to 22. And so far we've nearly done 29 hectares, and we've still got 10,900 kilos to go. It's amazing. There's crop growing there. Haven't had that in years, which is just awesome. So I was going along, and just looking at my spinners here, I wasn't getting as much flow as what I was getting, you know, for the most of the spreading, and I was looking on my camera, and the belt was still spinning, but just something wasn't going right. And what had happened was that this arm here had come out of here, so that was down like that, and it had closed the door. So the door was meant to be at 60 and it was down at 20. So the you know, the amount that's on the belt here should be a lot more than what's at the moment. And because the computer didn't know that the door there had gone down to 20, you know, it's not going to speed the belts up. The belts are going to go at the same speed it would for 60. So yeah, for that last little bit there, I think I worked out, well, depends on how long it's been been slow for. I think it's only been slow for maybe the past 10 hectares, because before that it was spreading out at quite a rate. But yeah, bit annoying, but picked it up, so I'll be able to continue on now at the correct rate. I haven't gone over too much sand, which is good, so I'll get back in it and yeah, we'll continue on spreading. Alright, we shall get going again and see what that looks like. And it's not working because... why is it not working? Spinner's on. Trigger. Oh. I didn't... I don't know why it's not working. I didn't turn the... when I was trying to figure out what was wrong with the spreader, I was clicking things on and off here, and what I haven't done is turn the actual spreader back on. So I'm sure George is laughing whilst watching this. He's driven the spreader and all that, doing all the gypsum and the lime, so he's... I'm in his tractor doing all the spreading. Meanwhile, he's up at Prenty having fun. Watched the live stream yesterday and they were climbing up a giant hill, so that should have been rather fun for him. Alright, let's try this again. There we go, it's now driven the whole mat is now full, so I'm getting a lot more product out on my spinners, which is nice. It's yeah, annoying that that happened and I didn't realise, but it's done now. I'm good to roll, going at the correct rate now. So we're just cruising along at 12 k's an hour there, if you can see that, not sure if you can. And then on here, it's got our rate there that's just adjusting up and down according to our speed. And yeah, we've still got 10 tonne left on board. It would obviously should be a lot, well, not a lot less, it should be less than that with that door mistake, but what's happened has happened, so that's where we're at now. We've got 10 tonne to go. So I'm on my last pass of the north piece. All the sand has been covered and the rate has stayed good, and I can see that I've got the proper amount going out under the spinners now, which is good. So it's nearly lunchtime, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold up, head back to the shed. I'll fill this thing back up and chuck that other receiver on here, so I've got SF3. And then I'll duck home, grab a quick lunch, and then I'll be straight back out and keep spreading on the south side stuff. So get that side all done as well, and then after that I'll make a decision on where I go with the rest of it, and I'll probably reduce the rate, probably go to about 50 kilos a hectare, I think, and then yeah, go over some other country, spread it all out. Yeah.
25 to 30 years old, of medium to stocky build, with dark hair, and he was wearing a peaked cap. shorts. The Premier has vowed to reform gun laws after the shooting at a Two-Rock school. He's met with the principal and staff at Atlanta's Beach Baptist College after 3 shots were...
Rightio, we are all filled up in the back there. We ended up with 12,800 kilos. So we're going to head out to the other section there where we spaded. We'll go and get that done, and then I reckon we'll drop the rate back to 50 kilos a hectare, and I'll go around the driveway paddock because the driveway paddock needs to look the best on the farm. It's what everybody sees when they drive in. So of course I've got to get that one done, and then what I might do is also do this paddock here as well, which is in a driveway. Last year I did 4 tonne of gypsum to the hectare over the first 100 hectares. It's a good performing part of the paddock, but it's a hard clay area. So what happens is we actually have quite a lot of slaters there, and you just get hard cloddy clay, and it just the slaters live underneath that. But yeah, so the gypsum is to try and help that soil soften up, which did an amazing job last year. So yeah, I think I'll just give some more fertiliser to that as well, just because again, that's another part of the paddock that everybody comes past, everybody sees. So some extra fertiliser there won't hurt. Okay, so fold my wings down my wee weight. This section of the pines, I'll show you. So you can see where we were, and a little bit goes around. So I'm going to go up this fence line, turn around, come back, and then going to head up here. We'll go around those pines and then get the extra little bit. There'll be, you know, a little bit that goes around here a bit more, so it might be 3 or 4 laps around those pine trees. So I'll get them, and then I'll work my straights all the way back to over there. Yeah, it's not going to be, I'm not going to use 12 tonne. I'll probably only use probably 3 or 4 really, and then we'll head back to the driveway and get that stuff done there. So now that I've got my my wings down, I'll turn on my spinners and also my my belts. They won't start spinning or moving until I move. And then because we've got the wings, we've got 3 meters of wings that we need to prime up. So just go into my prime button, and that makes everything move while you're standing still. And there we go, we've got product out. Go here, turn it on, auto steer, and we're away. If you guys can see it or not sure, but that's a fence line there, that's the bush, and we've already done a sweep along this one. I did that earlier this year with our grader, so we just try to make it, yeah, there'll be videos upcoming on us doing that, but we just try and get it all so it's clear, and then that way if we need to at some point, if there's a fire or whatever, you can get machinery down there, you can get fire trucks down there. Yeah, just nice to have a clean boundary and not have trees overgrowing on your fences. So again, going around the pines here, it is amazing to see that we've got barley growing here. Again, desperately needs the rain, but I can see it's all germinated. Well, not all of it, but some of it's germinated. There's greenery up. Yeah, no, it's just fantastic to see, because we didn't have anything here at all. So just it lets you know that the claying job has worked. Well, so far has worked. Yeah, it'd be great to see what happens in the growing season. I really hope that this rain next week does come, and then that way it's got a better chance. It'll have the extra bit of fertiliser on top as well to help it. Every little bit helps. Well, I just finished doing all the sand area. All that is complete. Did about 102 hectares all up. At this current point in time, I just did 4.2 tonne. So now I'm just going to fold up, head back to the driveway, and lower my rate to 50 kilos a hectare, and start spreading in there. Then once that's done, I'll move across into the other paddock. Well, I just finished off the driveway paddock, so that's now all complete. So now I'm going to go park this in the shed and the loader away. And tomorrow I will continue on with spreading. Alrighty, I did a 145-ish hectares today, so a fairly good day considering I was doing a lot of stuff going around the pines and going around in all that soft sand. Very slow work. But tomorrow I should have a much better day, and I'll check the weather tomorrow to see if it's going to be any better for next week for spreading out the urea. If it is looking better for rain, I will switch over to getting that urea out, so that's out. But yeah, I will assess that tomorrow morning. So I reckon we'll probably leave the video there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.